Hi, this is a class to find a good posture, especially if you've been seated for a long time at your office work or anything where you need to be in hunched position, which we also do a lot being on phone or on the couch or whatever. And backbends are actually really good opposing movement for this. So this is a bit of a yoga flow slash showing you the best movements that helps you. This is also good for you if you want to improve your backbends, but this is really suitable for everyone and you can choose the variation that fits for you the best. You're gonna need a yoga mat and a wall. I'm gonna use a wall of our cottage at the moment, summer cottage, and so you don't need much equipment, just a little bit of space and wall. And let's just roll our shoulders back a few times, and we start from standing position. You can take just a few deep breaths to ground yourself to this moment. Although this is slightly more of a tutorial slash warm-up workout than an actual vinyasa yoga flow. So from here, bring your feet hip-width apart and bring your hands to support your lower back. And during this whole practice, we are not going to try to bend from our lumbar spine, which is most vulnerable spot of our spine often as well, but rather we try to open our chest. So during all of these exercises, imagine lifting your chest up, and that's the main movement or the direction we're going to. So first bring your hands to support your lumbar spine. Inhale, lengthen spine, and from here, with the exhale, start opening your chest up while you're pushing your hips forward. So tuck your tailbone a little bit, activate your glutes so they support your spine. Inhale, and from there exhale, opening chest. We stay here for a few breaths. I know in backbends it's a bit tricky to breathe, but breathe as well as you can, and you can always come a bit more upright position than bending too much. Especially in backbends, it's really important to listen to your body and never do more than what's available right now. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale, in and out. Open your chest and exhale, and coming back to center. Next round, you can either repeat the same movement or option to raise your hands above the head. That will open our shoulders a bit more, it will be a bit more activating, but the direction of opening chest is the same. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Great. And inhale your hands up. If you want that variation, cross your fingers, point your index fingers up. Inhale, lift. Activate your glutes slightly. Bring your navel slightly towards the spine and start lifting your chest up. First, back bend from your shoulders and then upper back, and not really at all from your lower back. Imagine lengthening your spine all the time when you're back bending, as well as lifting chest up. We stay a few more breaths. One more inhale and release. Great. Now you're gonna need some wall next to you. Let's come foot distance. You can measure that this is the distance you are from the wall. Bring your feet hip width apart and bring your hands to the wall. And from here, start with doing your pelvis, posterior pelvic tilt. So tucking your tailbone under, instead of being here, you come here and start pressing towards the wall so that the opening comes from your shoulders and upper back. You can feel the difference here if you anteriorly pelvic tilt. It's really different pose than here when you tuck your tailbone under And let the movement come from your shoulders. Taking a few deep breaths here. One more breath. And release. Great. Now we're gonna move closer to the wall. So you're just like 1 foot away from the wall. And from here, inhale your hands up. Bring them to the wall. And we're gonna come towards the puppy pose. So you start bringing your chest towards the wall. And maybe now you feel more intensive stretch on your shoulders. And now if you feel like you can add a little bit of anterior pelvic tilt or keep it more of a neutral position. One more breath. And release. Great. We're gonna lower down to the yoga mat now, to cobra pose. As you notice, we are now doing only back bends instead of on yoga normally it's forward fold, back bend, twist, all kinds of movements. But we're giving our spine some time to adapt to this movement, and that's why we keep the movement all the time now towards the same direction. So lower all the way down. Bring your hands next to your shoulders, feet can be hip width apart. Activate your glutes a little bit so that your lumbar spine is protected. And from here we're gonna do cobra lifts. So inhale up, keep your chest open and lower down. Your hands remain bent all the time. Inhaling up, lowering down, keeping your shoulders back and away from ears. So rather than lifting like this very high, stay lower, elbows bent, chest open, shoulders back and lower. You can really feel how it activates your spine, your muscles around the back. So we go up with the inhale and lower with the exhale. Glutes are slightly activated all the time. Let's do one more time and we stay up here. Keep on breathing, opening chest, activating spine. And lower down with your exhale. Rest for a while, you can bring your head towards the right. Take a few breaths here. And we're gonna repeat the cobra flow. You have option as well to come a bit higher this time. And hands are next to your chest. Activate glutes slightly. Inhale, lift up, opening chest. Lower down with exhale. Let's do 3 more times. And the third one we stay up. 2. And inhale, stay up. Pushing chest forward. And exhale down, looking left, relax. Great. Next, we're gonna come to locust pose. You can bring your feet now together. Cross your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Again, you feel your back muscles activating. Keep on lifting and opening your chest, pushing shoulders behind, pushing hands down. You can stay here, or if you want to challenge, next inhale, we raise our feet off the ground. Keep on lifting your chest and feet off the ground. We stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, look right. Take a few deep breaths here to relax. If you're any time getting any pain to your lumbar spine, don't go so deep into the movement, then you're going too far too fast. We're going to do the same thing again, so you can do the same locust pose as we just did, or option to do more advanced pose where you bend your feet, grabbing from the inside of the feet, and from here keeping your knees hip width apart. Start inhaling, your knees up, your chest up. Or you do the same variation as we did earlier. Keep on opening the chest. Remember to breathe. Let's stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, look left. Great. Bring your hands next to your chest. Inhale, coming up. And step your left foot forward. We're gonna come to low lunge, where we open our hip flexor while back bending. It sounds again advanced, but remember to do the variation that fits for you. So from here, push your hips forward. You can have softener under your knee if you need to. And from here, first we just keep our hands to the lower back, supporting. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, start pushing chest, opening chest, pushing it forward, bringing your shoulders back. And maybe from there you can back bend a bit. Three more breaths. And relax. You can keep the feet the same way. Again, we do the same thing, but now option again to raise your hands above the head or do the same variation as we just did. So let's start with bringing the hips forward. Keep your hip bones pointing forward. And from here, inhale, hands up. Cross your fingers, pointing index fingers up. Inhale, lengthen spine, open chest, and maybe back bend. Starting the movement from the shoulders and upper back, and not really from the lumbar spine at all. This is really good for your posture, for the spine, as well as opening the hip flexors, which gets normally quite stuck and inactive when sitting for long times. Great, stay for one more breath. And let go with the exhale. We switch legs other way, stepping the right foot forward. And first we're gonna keep our hands supporting the lower back. Bring your hips forward, finding the hip flexor stretch for the left side. Inhale, start bringing your spine upright. Open your shoulders. Inhale, chest up, and maybe back bend from there. Two more breaths. And coming back to center. Again, option to have your hands above the head or do the same variation. But do it similarly as you did for the other side. So bring your hips forward. Inhale, hands up. Open your chest with inhale and back bend with exhale. Feel your shoulders opening. Two more breaths. And release. Great. Then we're gonna lower down to our back. We're gonna come to bridge pose from there, which is also great if you sit for a long time, as it activates the glutes, opens the hip flexors, as well as fixes the posture. So it's multiple benefits in one movement. Bring your knees hip width apart and start lifting your hips up with the inhale. You can grab from the sides of your yoga mat, or if you want more opening, cross your hands and bring your shoulders closer to each other. Take a few deep breaths here. Again, feel the opening of the chest. One more breath and lower down. Very good. We'll do the bridge pose one more time. So bring your feet hip width apart, prepare, and next inhale brings your hips as high as you can. Option to cross your hands, walking your shoulders in. Three more breaths. And next exhale, release to the ground. You can come to one side to come back to seated. Extend your feet forward. Now that we've done a lot of back bends, we're gonna do now the counter movement. Inhale your hands up, lengthen your spine, and from here, forward fold with the exhale. We'll just relax here for a few moments. You can have your knees bent as well if that feels better, or even a pillow here to relax with. It's always good to do a counter movement after doing back bends, but it's better to keep on moving the spine the same direction and then giving the counter movement so your spine has time to adapt and understand what's the movement we're trying to achieve. Inhale, lengthen your spine, coming to seated. We're gonna come to twist here, bend your right knee. From here, you have two options. You can either bring your right hand behind, and bring your left hand above head, lengthen your spine, and from here you can either hug your right knee, or if you want a bit more intensive twist, bring your left elbow outside of your right knee and twist from there. This requires a bit more twisting movement from your spine, and this is a bit more gentle variation where you hug the knee. So find what works for you right now. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, twist. Turn your gaze as well to the right or back. Exhale back to center, and let's switch side. Left knee in, bring left hand behind to support. Inhale, right hand up, extend, lengthen your spine, and twist, either hugging the knee or bringing elbow outside. And with the next exhale, release. Find a comfortable sitting position. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your hip bones or sitting bones to the ground. Lengthen your spine. You can close your eyes for a little moment just to feel if you feel a bit more upright and lengthened with your spine, kind of more ease to remain a good posture. You can open your eyes from there, bring your hands to heart. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste. Hopefully this was helpful, and please leave a comment or like if you liked it. And yeah, I recommend doing this 2 or 3 times a week, not too often, so your spine has time to adapt and you can come back to this anytime you feel like it's needed. Thanks a lot for watching.